obviously the Mustang is the best car from Ford.
So what we're actually going to do here is, what do y'all think are the best Mustang? What do you think is the best generation?
The Mustang has been around since 1964, so
that's a lot.
There's been a lot of generations, and it hasn't stopped.
No.
Only a handful of other cars have been around that long.
Yeah.
Only like a handful.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. I've only owned 2 Mustangs. Jordan, on the other hand, his family. Yeah. This guy can open up a Mustang store.
I should have.
You really should have.
I know.
You could have been rich, man. Screw you.
You know how many times I say that in a day?
Twice. But anyway, my favorite generation of the Mustang is probably going to be the Fox body. I always found them to be very elusive. They were a little smaller. The 5.0 engine was iconic.
Yep.
Very iconic. Didn't have that much horsepower, but the car was small.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it had a lot of power.
It had a good feel.
And it had a good feel. Like it felt like a wonderful car. It felt like you were behind something marvelous.
It was man and machine together, wasn't it?
The 87 to 93 Mustang was my favorite generation because you also had the Saleen.
Yep.
With that, you also had the introduction of the Cobra.
Yes, you did.
93.
Yes, you did.
The Cobra is a wonderful Mustang.
Oh, yeah.
But I think in that generation itself is what set them up to keep their brand, because you know that the Mustang was actually going to be replaced by the Probe.
Mm-hmm.
But due to poor sales from the Probe, and also everyone loved that generation of the Mustang,
they kept it going. Yep.
So I think that is the best generation of the Mustang, is because that's what kept the Mustang alive.
Exactly. And you know what? Actually, I think the 99 through 04 Mustangs. Oh, that was.
I've owned one of those too.
Yeah, that's the one Phil owned. I've never got to own one of those, but God, do I love them. I've driven a couple of them. GTs from the V6s all the way up to the Cobras. Oh, all of them gorgeous. The Terminators, they came out supercharged. They were one of the baddest vehicles you could own.
Yeah, they really were. And that's the Mustang sound. The upgraded 4.6.
Oh, yeah, with the different heads.
They actually patented that sound, because you can definitely hear a Mustang coming.
Oh, you always know when a Mustang's coming.
A Mustang is driving. You're just like, that's
a Mustang.
That's butter to your ears.
Oh.
Now, okay, on to the best generation of the Mustang. What do you think is the worst? I'm gonna say the Mustang 2. Sorry, guys, he kind of flubbed up there. It's probably the worst.
I'd have to agree with you on that, but I actually don't even like the Mach 1s or the Mach 2s either.
That's a little scary, because I like the Mach 1s with a shaker hood. Now, you're talking about the 70s?
I don't like the rear.
You're talking about the 70 Mach 1s?
I am talking about the 70s Mach 1s.
Okay. I think you're talking about the other ones.
No. I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, I should have been a little more specific there.
I understand.
But yes. Yeah, no, I don't like the rear of the 70s ones, but the shaker hoods on the 60s and all that stuff. Oh, beautiful.
Okay, Cliff Notes. Best gen of the Mustang, my pick, 87 to 93.
Mine, actually, 99 through 04.
Oh, right. Okay, now keep going on with this whole American theme. Me and Jordan had a question that we asked each other. It was, what would be the most American car if you included all of America's ideals and everything, and you shoved it into a car or just a vehicle? What would be that car?
How about the most top-selling one?
That's a good one too. But what was our choice?
Our choice was actually the F-150, which is a little bit of both.
Yep. The F-150, well, the F generation, the F series.
The F series
has actually been around since 1948, which is amazing when you think about it, because World War II ended in 45. Mm-hmm. So America needed a vehicle that would help rebuild the country. And
you needed, most likely, a light truck.
Yep, you need a truck, and the first generation just looks phenomenal.
It does, actually.
It just looks like a workhorse. It's a workhorse.
It is.
And the reason why we picked this vehicle, is because it's a workhorse. It helped build America.
I mean,
and that's what it kind of has the American dream. I know trucks before, you would see them as you don't bring those. Yeah, out.
You don't.
But the F series, the F-150 now. Build America. It's actually a top in gas mileage.
Yep.
They're the first to do the whole new EcoBoost with the EcoBoost we just mentioned earlier.
Right.
And they also redesigned it.
They've been doing a whole lot of stuff with them. I mean, not only are they the top selling, I mean, they're, in my opinion, the best looking.
Best looking truck. You know that what's funny is that the F-150 is the best selling vehicle in the U.S. for 24 years straight.
24 years straight.
And it's the best selling truck for 34 years. Now that's got to show you something.
That's definitely got to show you.
F-Series. Americans love their F-Series trucks.
That is an American vehicle, if any of them are. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't.
Now, I mean, granted, the Camaro, the Corvette, the Mustang, all are great American cars. But if you would think about what they mean, it's got to be the F-Series.
That's totally it. It's
got to be the F-Series. Yeah, I mean, hell, even the Expedition used the freaking motor from that. The Explorer, the old Explorer, they use that motor.
The same frame too. And actually, we're going to end up this show with the Ford Explorer, the new one.
Brand new Explorer.
Brand spanking new. Actually, good looking vehicle, y'all.
This looks sharp.
It looks very nice.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm looking at that it kind of shocks me. The one thing I just pulled up, we actually pulled the review up from Edmunds.com. The one thing I just looked at right now, it gets 25 highway miles.
That is crazy.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good for an Explorer.
What motor is that?
The V6.
The V6 is the 3.5 liter V6, or you can actually go, they've just now put out this option too for a 2.0 4-cylinder turbocharged motor.
Another EcoBoost they got going on.
Yep, see, another one of those boosting things.
That EcoBoost, the 2.0, has 237 horsepower with 255 foot-pounds of torque. Which is 2 liter?
Yeah.
You know, but probably stick with the V6.
I mean, you got more. You got a little bit more torque actually, and some more power there. You got 290 horsepower with the V6, and I mean, which is the same as the old 292 horsepower V8, which for the what is it, the 5.4?
Yep. Got pretty bad gas mileage though, and also that. Do you remember years ago when the Explorers would flip? Okay, you don't have those problems here. The 2011 Explorer has something what they call hill descent control and hill start assist. Mm-hmm. Also, it has something called forest terrain management system. It's a kind of a selectable 4-wheel mode system that optimizes traction in different situations. So snow, sleet, rain, gravel. It's kind of like what the Evo has.
Yeah, pretty much. Same thing. The only thing I'd have to say that I'm going to point out to you, ladies and gentlemen, is it does come front-wheel drive. SUVs, front-wheel drive, they don't. Now,
that's just an option.
That is an option.
All of them do have 4-wheel drive as well.
They do have it, yes.
But there's no low gear.
There's no low gear.
So keep that in mind if you're in the market for buying an SUV.
Yeah, if you're trying to buy something with 4-wheel drive that you know you're going to take out all the time, going high hill climbing and stuff like that, keep this in mind. Will this work for you or not?
It does have 5,000-pound tow capacity, which is great.
Yes, that's
so you can pull your boat, you can pull your other cars,
pull your boat cars,
and this car looks astounding. This is probably the best looking SUV that you can buy, other than the Ford Edge, in my opinion.
Oh yes. I totally agree with you there, Phil.
Very, very sharp.
You also got third row seating.
It has inflatable rear seatbelts.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. That's going to be an issue later on.
That's
20 years down the road, though, you're going to, inflatable rear seatbelts are going to go away. But I do wonder, is that a comfort thing or is that a safety thing?
I think they try to do it a little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both comfort and safety. But it's only in the back. Like
okay.
The rear seat. Also, all the new Ford vehicles have the Ford Sync, which is amazing.
That's amazing. That is. If
you haven't had a chance to try it out,
go rent a car.
Go rent a car with the Ford Sync in it. It will blow your mind. That's one of the amazing technological things that Ford has done.
It is.
Which is, it's very hard to explain. You just kind of have to see it for yourself. Definitely do it. Prices, they vary from base around $28,000 all the way up to around 46,000. Which is with all the other options, which is a huge range. So there's probably a lot of things you can pick.
Yep.
With this, I would definitely say, yeah, because considering the other options that you have, would be the what would you say would be some of the other? I would probably say the Durango or the Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah, you got Durango, Jeep Cherokee, the Tahoe.
I would say this would be the best one out of all of them.
You know, so far, actually, I would too. Now,
before I would dread driving an Explorer, as we would once call
oh
them
god,
the Exploder.
yes, yeah, oh yeah,
calling them the Exploder.
Oh
But
yeah.
now I think the Explorer has reclaimed its name.
Well, they're changing the motor out in it. I hope this better engine will please do some good work for us.
It's got more power.
It's got more
smaller.
Power. It's smaller.
So it gets better
It
gas
looks
mileage.
better. It's got better gas
They've got a
mileage.
good formula.
They've got a good formula going on right here.
They've got
Let's try to keep this up and see how this
keep
goes.
this going forward. Hopefully, with the 2011 Explorer, you guys can lose that negative connotation you had before, previous generations, and you guys can start establishing your dominance in the SUV market like you guys do with the Mustang.
Definitely.
Now, with that said, guys, I think that we are going to go ahead and end this week's show. Next week, I think we should go ahead and talk about Nissan.
Ooh.
Nissan has a lot of nice cars.
Nissan.
And Jordan has actually worked for Nissan.
I did
So,
for a while.
with that said, I want to thank you all for listening to Backseat Drivers. Again, if you want to check out our Facebook page, just search Backseat Drivers Podcast. We also have a group on Facebook, or you can YouTube us at Backseat Drivers Podcast.
Hey, and give us ideas for later
Give us
shows.
ideas, guys. Don't feel afraid. If you want to know something, just email us. It's actually on the page. The group is public, so anybody can join the group.
Yep.
And if you had any questions or suggestions, please just drop us a line. We'll definitely try and include them on our episode.
Please.
So with that said, thank you guys again. My name is Phil.
And my name's
And
Jordan.
this has been Backseat Drivers.
Peace, y'all.